Hi guys. I'm just waiting for other people to join the live. I hope all of you are good. Really, really good. Hello Claudio. How are you? Just 1 second, guys. I'm really good, thank you. It's getting kind of late in Sweden, but that's okay. I hope if you were on Andy's live that you understood what he was talking about. I'm just gonna let him finish and then we're gonna continue. I haven't been looking at the charts in this morning, so it's gonna be exciting to see what the market has done during the day. If anything special had happened. It looks like the market has been very, very, very calm during the day. So I guess it's gonna be like this for a couple of hours. I'm gonna take these one away so we can see what's going on. Okay, so actually what I was talking about before, the market has been going up, and if you did see my video about how important it is to use the weekly time frames candlestick, we can see now we had this engulfing candle on Bitcoin and a lot of other cryptocurrencies, and with a engulfing candle, usually the market is going continues to the upside, and this is what actually we've been doing this week. And it's Tuesday, it's only 2 days, but a lot of things can happen, but we are on our way up, so that's really, really good. I hope that you have been trading with risk management. Just 1 second, guys. Just waiting for the other people to join. Just 1 minute, guys. One minute, guys. 1 minute, guys. I think I did put up this. I need to know where. And we're still having this resistance right here that I was talking about. We have it as a resistance and now turning into a support. It was a support before, and that's where the market is right now for us. So we have to see if the market's gonna break it or if it's gonna come back down a little bit more. We can just make it Oh no, I took it from the 8 hour. I do believe we will continue, but we can also use this previous resistance right here, and I take it from the 8 hour. And we just might see the market coming back down, because we can see right now that we are retesting this area right here. So if we are seeing a I would love to take it from this high right here. Sorry guys, I'm not talking so much right now because I just want to see, I just need to focus a little bit. And I want to, so I'm using the higher time frames, going to the lower time frames just to see what type of areas we can respect and how it looks on the smaller time frames. And I do believe that we have an area right here that's pretty important where the market can come back down to. And we'll see during the live if we actually can take a trade off of this zone right here. But what I need the market to do, I want the market to come back down a little bit more. Retest it, and then we just might see the continuation. Okay. We just So yeah, I would like to see the market coming down to 49, around 493, 434. And that's because I do believe we will come back a little bit more. We can also take a Fibonacci level. Let's see on what time frame it makes sense. Yeah, you can take it from the 2 hour, and I'm taking it from the low on the 2 hour chart, and that's around 48968 to the high, and that is 50285. Hi guys. Hi Emery. How are you? And I want to see what type of areas we're having using if you don't know guys, I always use Fibonacci when I'm trading. I love Fibonacci. I've been using it for a long time. And if you're using it in the correct way, you'll understand why it's really good. So yeah, from 49378 to the 50%, 49611. I want the market to come back down a little bit more than that. And guys, it's the music isn't too loud. Can you hear me clear? No, I don't. I don't use Elliott waves. The only thing that I'm using when I'm trading is market structure. It is price action and Fibonacci. That's the only thing that I'm using. I'm working very much with candlestick patterns, like how a candlestick forms, how it looks on the higher time frames, and how you break it down. And I don't know if you can read about it, like if it's a good book for that. I mean, obviously you can read about candlestick patterns and stuff like that, but it's 100% that you need to sit at the chart and looking at how candlestick forms and just practice. But no, I do not use Elliott waves. Sorry, cannot help you with that, Emra. Cannot help you. But for Bitcoin right now, for those who came in, I don't like having these two huge wicks. I don't like them right now, and we can see that yeah, I want to use the 49862 area, and that's the previous high that we did have here. And I want to see how this candlestick closes. Obviously, it's 4 hours left. How do you say Ethereum is going to pump in Swedish? How do you say that? Nu pumpar Ethereum. It's pumping. So yeah, right now I want to see how this 4-hour candlestick is closing against this level that we are having right here, and I use these wicks. That's why I want to do that, because when you're having wicks around an area previous resistance, it just might turn into a new resistance, and the market can come back down a little bit. It's another thing if you're seeing a candlestick going up, closing above this zone that I'm having right here, and then come back down to retest it. But when you're having two wicks to the downside like this, it's not something that I would go into right now. I would not do that. So this is the boring thing with obviously this is the boring thing with trading, is that you have to wait. But I swear, guys, when you're getting that patient, it's so worth it. It's really worth it. Yeah, in Swedish. Yeah, it's a lot of people telling me that they love Swedish. It sounds like we're singing when we are talking. Yeah, but 2 hours on Ethereum, Bitcoin. It's very, I don't like when the market looks like this. ABBA are getting back together. I guess I'm gonna be the blonde girl. What was her name? Hi Purpose. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Only Fibs, let's go. Yes. Yeah, ABBA, they're very old right now. Very old. Only Fibs might need to check out USDT comp. Comp USDT. Comp. Where's the, yeah, we can look at it. Comp. Oh, it's gonna be like that. Comp USDT. Hi, welcome everyone. I'm guessing you were on and is live. I hope it was good. I guess it was good. He's very good at what he's doing, so hope he helped you. Okay, so this pair, I need to go to the higher time frames just to have the bigger picture of what's happening right here. And we are heading down to the low right now on 248.5, around that area. So we're using the previous low right here as a new support. And going down to the lower time frames, well, it does look like we are creating our new lower high, lower low, sorry. So we could just look like this. You can see that the market is obviously in a downtrend, and having the support on the 1 hour chart here, we are just around that area. So what you have to wait for right now is to see if the market's going to break to the downside or to the upside. Is it going to break to the upside, come back and continues and start to break the downtrend, or is going to continue creating a new lower low, make a lower high, go back up and retest the previous lower low that we're having, and then come back down to the weekly support. So, oh, was that on the 4 hour? No. So this is what I see right now on this on this pair. You have to wait because you're having two huge supports pretty close to each other, and when we're seeing huge red bearish candlestick like this to the downside, you have to wait for the market and see what it's gonna do. I wouldn't do anything right now. I wouldn't do anything right now. You have to wait to see if the market's gonna break the support and become a new support, break it, become a resistance, or if it's gonna hold as a support. And what is it? It's 7 hours left of this candle. If you're looking at the daily, and you're even on the 4 hour chart, you have a huge candlestick to the downside also. So I do believe you have to be very careful right now, especially if you're, well, you know, in the beginning as a trader, the easiest thing that people are doing is that they're buying in a downtrend and selling in an uptrend. So right now you just have to wait, and I would prefer you to wait because it's not that many hours left of the daily. Looking at the daily, it's going down. So I do believe you have to sell the market. We can look at Bitcoin later. I need to see what pairs they wanted me to go to. Solana. Someone wanted me to look at Solana. Oh, beautiful. Solana, we are going straight to the downside on Solana. I did have this Fibonacci level on since before, and we could clearly see that the market did respect it. It did respect it, but it never held the high that we did have. So the market broke the, it did break the Fibonacci level that I had. I think I took it from the 4-hour chart. Yeah, exactly. So it looks like we are actually going straight down, and we can confirm that with that we are making even on the 4-hour, because remember guys, always using the higher time frames, very, very important. And when you're seeing that we are not closing above the previous higher high, and we start to do a lot of, and this is very choppy too, I mean the market just going sideways, you have a lot of wicks to the downside, to the upside. So this is actually a market you should stay out of. Just my opinion, you do whatever you want to do. But if there's something you have to think about is that we're having, oh my, you can see, man, this is messy. It is really messy. But having huge momentum to the downside, you could definitely use this is a support. If you see the market coming back up again to the support, become a resistance, and we need to have candlestick patterns like showing us we're not breaking this zone, we're not breaking this resistance, we're gonna be a resistance one more time, then you can be able to sell. Remember that we are in an uptrend in the overall picture. So what you need to think about is where you can have your TP. Don't have it too far down, because if the market decides to go up again, you'll be either in stop loss or you will be in break even. So yeah, we did have a huge candlestick. So the next zone where the market can come to, I'm using the previous support that we did have here, and that's 156.440. So if you want to trade it, if the market comes back up to the support and to the resistance, become a resistance, you can sell the market, and you're having your take profit around 156. And why? That's because this is the previous support that we're having. And if the market comes back down here, I do believe that we will see a lot of wicks to the upside or to the downside. Maybe it's going to break it or not. But remember, when it is a support or resistance, the market always respects it, breaks it, comes back into it. So that's the first target that we're having on Solana. XRP. And we are just going sideways. I need to see what this was type of area. Yeah, we do have this previous support right here that I was talking about. We did break it, but I want to see how it looks on the higher time frames. Yeah, I would like to have it like this. And why? Because the 8-hour is more powerful than the 4-hour. So that's why I always do that. I always jumping between higher time frames to see. Oh, Mark is here. Sorry, Mark, I didn't see you. No problem, Ian. And Mark is the biggest supporter in the whole wild world. Yeah, I don't like this either. I mean, we do have, it's a lot of wicks to the upside. So for me, This could be the lower high. We did have a high. We did have the higher high, the higher low, the higher high, the higher low, and the higher high. We broke the previous higher low, became a low because it's lower than the previous lower higher low, came back up, and right now we just might retest the previous support that we're having around here, also have been a resistance. Yes, I do believe that we can have just like Solana, that we can go back down to maybe to the support again before the market moves to the upside. The only thing, if we would see the market actually breaking the resistance like this. Oh, Mark, the audience is coming. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. This is fun. You know, you have to take step by step. So yeah, I do. Yeah, this is what I see on XRP. There's no point for me to go back to go to the lower time frames, because we need to see how the candlesticks is gonna be on the higher time frames. So yeah, this is what I see. Okay, I saw, no problem. I saw that Zach did right before. ETH. Is it against USDT or BTC you want me to look at? Okay, I'm guessing it's USDT. Correct me if I'm wrong. But how are you guys? Have you been taking trades during the week? I mean, it's only Thursday, but how is it going? Are you trading with risk management? Or are you losing money? Tell me a funny story. I have a lot of them when it comes to trading. I need to look at the higher time frames. Ups and downs, yeah. Thank you, Mark. Okay, so on this pair, I do believe you also have to wait a little bit, because you're so close to a weekly support right here. You can also use the previous low. You can do it like this. For you to be, depending on what type of trader you are, and how long you have the patience to wait. But this is just me speaking for you guys, because I can't go into a lower time frames right now and tell you buy or sell, because I do believe we have to respect the higher time frames. But right now, I do believe we have to look at the daily. It's just ranging right now, even if this hasn't happened. But the market will decide now what to do, because you are at the weekly support right here. But what you have to have in mind is that we did actually break this lower high that we had before. So that's a sign for the market to go to the upside. But what we need to know right now, if the market will break, because we did have the downtrend, if the market's gonna break the previous lower high that we're having on the daily, it's really important for you, because the market can come up a little bit. If you're buying or selling, if you're buying and selling right now, it's really hard to know where the market can head to. You need to have a clear breakout from either the downside or to the upside, especially when you are at such a huge zone. And with that, I mean you are at the support at a weekly and a daily. So I would recommend for you to wait if it's gonna break the 0.04793 around that area, or if it's gonna come back down and break the 0.03865 around that area, or if it's gonna come back down, retest it, and then continue to the upside, as long as not breaking this previous lower low. No, I have not looked at SHIB. So that's what I do see on this pair. Someone else wanted me to look at AXS. Maybe I already have it, you see. So I'm looking at AXS right now, guys, and we are heading down. The last time I saw you, you looked so much older. That famous blue raincoat was torn at the shoulder. Well, I'm pretty young. Thank you for that. Okay, wow, we did have the huge candlestick. We had a huge bullish candlestick last week. So what we are waiting for right now, we can take the Fibonacci. We can take the Fibonacci from 107.18 to the high 137.42. No problem, Zach. And what I would recommend for you now, we are heading down to the Fibonacci level, and you can see on the lower time frames on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we are making we did make a high, but we did create a lower high. So I do believe we will continue back down a little bit more. And when the market comes to the Fibonacci levels 50 and 61%, I do believe at that point we can start to see how the market's going to react to it. Remember that you're also having the previous resistance right here at 115.46, and remember I'm looking at the 4-hour chart. So if you wanna short AXS for the short term, look if the market comes back up and retest the previous lower high and lower low that you have here, also a support becoming a resistance, and then you can short the market. But this is a very short, it's for the short term, because we are in a huge uptrend right now. Looking back at the previous week, but the market can come back down a little bit more. So that's what I see on AXS. And someone else wanted me to look at Rune. I guess it's USDT that you want me to look at. It's 4 in the morning and then are you having are you talking about songs? Oh my god, I love these lives sometimes. It's really funny how you oh, so it was not about me looking old. Okay, it was not about me. It was a song. I was like, what are you talking about? I've never had a blue jacket. So confused. Okay, we are looking at Rune USDT, guys, and kind of looks like Bitcoin. We did have about USD. We did have the pullback to the Fibonacci level that I took on the weekly. I took it from the low. I took it from the lowest point, and I took it from the high. And going down to the lower time frames, we are also right now looking at the daily. This is very important, guys. Looking at this, you can see that we are right now at the previous lower high. And what is a lower high? That is a confirmation that we are still in a downtrend. A downtrend is a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then right now we can see that we did create a lower low, but it's just around the Fibonacci level. Also, you can see that we was here at a strong support. Market came up right now. You're seeing that we are respecting the previous lower high right now. But if the market comes back down a little bit more, we can actually create our new higher low. So we have the lower high because it's just beside the previous lower high. Can come back down again, but now it will not break the previous lower low. And then we just might see the market continue to the upside and break the lower high, creating a higher high. And that's when the market is turning it from a downtrend to a uptrend. You see how it looks? Market has the downtrend. Market breaks the downtrend, becomes a new uptrend. So this is why you need to understand market structure, because market structure is showing you where the market is heading. And you can see on the 4-hour chart that we are making high high, high low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. But you don't have to wait for the daily. You can just continue looking at what's happening on the 4-hour chart, because if we're seeing that we are maintaining the higher lows, you just might see the breakout. But I do believe you have to wait right now. I do believe you have to wait before the market to break and then comes back down, if you want to buy the market. If you're starting to see that the market is actually not breaking to the upside, and you're seeing that the market is closing below the previous high that we did have here, what you want to do, if you want to short, you have to wait if the market's breaking the previous higher low and retest it. So that's an indication for you that the market is not continuing to the upside, it's actually breaking it, and you're using that based on that we're actually at the lower high on the daily. And daily is more respected than 1-hour chart, the 2-hour chart, and that's why we're using it, and especially when we are right now. So we don't have to think about this high right now because we are right here. Don't confuse yourself, guys. Looking at where you are in the market and what areas we are around, and then we're trading based off that. Someone wanted me to look at FTM. It was Can I get anyone a hot chocolate? Okay, so we did talk about this in a previous live that I did have, and I still have the drawings on. Mark, thank you. And so at that point, when I was talking, I don't remember what day it was, obviously, but when the market came to the, it was a previous, I think maybe I took it on the daily or on the, okay, whatever time frame I I was talking about that if the market comes back down to the previous support or resistance that we did have, if the market shows rejections, we can see continuation to the upside. But you're having a huge candlestick like this that breaking the zone and then it comes back up and retesting. There's no way we are buying the market. So that's why I'm telling you guys, you need to understand how candlestick pattern works against these levels. It shows you exactly what it's doing. And sometimes the market, continues up, down, up. So that, maybe if it's news coming out or something happens, obviously we can't control that. And maybe you're not looking at fundamentals and you don't understand why the market's moving that fast. But most of the time the market's not doing that. So we could see pretty clear right here that the market broke. It did break it. You can also use it as the previous higher high that we had. Market broke it, came back up and retested it. You have the doji on the 4-hour chart. And then just continue down. So for you right now, I do believe we can take the Fibonacci level. We can take it from 1.1748 to the high. That's 1.46066. We're taking these away. Yeah, and this looks very good because when you're using Fibonacci and you combine it with the previous resistance that we did have here, and these two are actually at the same spot. The Fibonacci is respecting that area too. I do believe if you want to wait to buy the market or create its new higher low, because obviously that's where we are buying, you need to wait for the market to come back down to around 1.3227. Or using, and also the 61%, so the market can come back down here. And after that, you're looking if the market is starting to do high lows on the lower time frames. Because if you're waiting for the daily, you're never going to be able to trade the market. So that's what I see on FTM. I hope I made you see what I saw. And also, if you see the market coming up again and retest the previous high that we did have here around 1.4216, you can short the market if you're seeing rejections, and then you can sell the market to the Fibonacci levels that I had. So it's only for the short term, because in the overall picture we are in an uptrend. Someone wanted me to look at you. I'm gonna get to you, Mark, soon. I'm gonna see what you want me to look at. Oh. Wow. No problem. Okay. Oh, wow. So you're having huge wicks to the upside. This pair is just screaming, I'm taking your stop loss. Especially if you're trying to sell the market. What is this, guys? I'm not, sorry, I can't look at this. I mean, this is hard. For my own experience, I would say you really need to back test this pair to trade it, because it's no, sorry guys, sorry, I'm not gonna even look at that. I haven't, no, sorry. Okay, so we're going to Marks. Oh, you need to get... No. Okay, no, it's Mars. No, it's okay, Oken. It just looked very, very special. Very special. I'm gonna see if I have it already. No. Q and T. Okay, Mark, so this is for you. We're starting off with the higher time frames, obviously. It looks like we're heading down to the support again. At least we have been retested it on the low. Yeah. Okay, so I think you can use on the weekly, you can use the support right here that we're having. We don't have so much data on this one, but you can see that we are still doing lower highs, and right now we are making higher lows too. So this one is higher than the previous, and right now we have to see if the market's going to decide to continue to the downside. Just looking at this candlestick right here, I do believe that we will continue back down. So for you, Mark, I do believe that you need to wait if the market's gonna come back down and retest it, making a new higher low. You can also take the Fibonacci from the low, and that's on 271 to 318, and you can see how the Fibonacci is actually just right at the support where I took it. So this support right here is very important for you, because you want to see if the market's gonna come back down and retest it as a new higher low. And using obviously candlestick patterns, if you're seeing the market having two legs, you have the first touch, market comes back up, comes back down again, and you have the second touch and it's closing above the first leg. And then you can buy the market on the second leg. And then we just might see a continuation. What you need to think about at that point is this lower high that we're having. If it's gonna break it, you might see the market react to it. When it comes there, you might still see wicks to the downside or to the upside. But definitely use this zone right here. You use this zone right here and see what it's doing against it. Yuvan. Is that BNB? I think I saw you writing that before. Which one is it? Is it USDT? No problem, Mark. AC, is it what BNB against what pair? Guys, you need to tell me the whole pair. You cannot just write just the first. It's very hard for me, you know? Can't read your mind. No problem. This just looks like all the other, like Bitcoin. All the other, no, I have not done I have not done that. We're taking the Fibonacci. Yeah, we respected it on the higher time frames. We had engulfing candles, the engulfing candle on the weekly. The daily, the market broke the downtrend when it broke the previous lower high. So the market is pretty far away from that area right now. So what you can do, you can use these levels right here on 436.5, around that area, because we did break. We are just moving sideways right now on this pair. So what you want to see, if because we did have a huge bearish candlestick to the downside, it did close below the previous high that we did have here. So we just might see the market continue, but I would recommend you for wait to see how the candles, if we are closing above it in 2 hours and 30 minutes, and then see how it reacts to it, because it can also come back down again. It can also come back down again, and you can see on the 1 hour chart that we just might starting to do make a downtrend. If you're not breaking this higher high that we're having, you need to be very careful. Don't buy the market yet. You need to have the confirmation that it's actually going to break it. And why? Because you're at a very respected area right now, so the market can just continue down. So when you are sorry, I was starting to read your comments. That's why I lost myself. When you are at the respected area like this, so the market, it's very easy for the market to come back down again. And we can also use the Fibonacci level. If you're seeing the market coming back down, use the Fibonacci level on the 4 hour chart from 413 to the high 440. If you're seeing the market not if you're seeing the market coming back down, use the Fibonacci level right here to see if it's gonna look something like this. The market comes back down, it's doing its pullback, comes to the Fibonacci, and then starts to break to the upside. That's really important. You can use that. But if the market's gonna continue, if the market breaks this high that we're having, comes back up and retest the previous high, that's also a sign for you that you will be able to buy the market. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? And Francis wanted me to talk about Juventus. Which one of them is it? No problem, AC. I'm glad you understood it. So which one, guys? Which one of these pairs is it? Is it BTC or USD? Okay, get no answer. So I'm taking the next one. Didn't I look at Dent? Can you do extension? Okay, so someone told me about DGB. I guess it's USDT that you want me to look at. Please, guys, if you are sending me what you want me to look at, please tell me the whole exactly what pairs you want me to see. Okay, so you wanted me to look at the overall, in the long term. Can even. Well, with the data that I'm having on this pair, this could. Well, you had the low, you had obviously the high, market came back down, retested it, and you just might see the continuation to the upside right now. So what you also can so if you're looking at the long term, you're obviously gonna have patience for it. So if we are breaking, because I don't have data from, I don't know, I don't have data more of this pair, but if the market breaks the high that we're having here around 0.00, make another high, creating a higher low, I do believe we will continue to the upside. I do believe in the long run, this pair will be bullish. Oh, wow. USDT. Where did Mark go? It became so quiet on the on the chat. What happened, Mark? Okay, so on this pair, it looks like we are going down a little bit more. Why? Because we did have the higher high. We came back down, make another lower high. And right now we have to wait and see if the market's gonna break the lower low. Yeah, exactly, lower high. So on this pair, I do believe you have to wait to see if the market comes back down here, retest it, and then we just might continue to the upside, retest the previous lower high, because then we will see the market continue to the upside again. Because right now we are just moving sideways, as you can see. We are just consolidating. So this is also where you need to be very patient, guys. I know it's boring to be patient, but that's something that you have to do. Don't stress into a market that does look like this. So this is the lower low. Looking at the daily, it looks more clear. You have the higher low, I'm sorry. Going down to the 4-hour. If the market comes back down and retest it, and on the lower time frame, you start to see that the market is continuation to the upside. But if you really have patience, you can wait and see if the market's gonna break the lower high, and you see on the in the overall picture that we are breaking it. Obviously, we are looking at the daily right now, so it's, I mean, you can trade on the lower time frames. But right now we are just in the middle of everything, so you can use the lower time frames, lower highs also. But this is very, it looks very, it's just going straight down. When I'm trading, I want to see more. I want to have space between, like looking like this. It's better. Right now it's too tight, but we're obviously in an uptrend. Oh, sorry guys. Oops. We are in a downtrend. So if you're seeing when the market comes to the support that we're having around 61.808, you start to see the market breaking the downtrend, starting to retest it to the upside, having higher highs and higher lows. You could definitely start to see and buy the market at the higher lows that we're having, even though we are inside of the market. But why? That's because we are at the support right here on the daily. And the market, if the market respects the support, that's also the previous higher low that we're having. We just might have another higher low. So this is what I say. But if the market breaks it, and you see this, we are still in a downtrend because we're still making lower highs. But this is not a downtrend until the market actually breaking the lower low, higher low that we're having. Even if we just had a, it's so confusing sometimes, guys. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. I hope you understand high highs, higher lows, high. You know, it can get you confused. But that's the important thing in this. You're having your higher low. And if we're not breaking that, we just might come back up again and create a new higher high. Troy USDT. No, someone wanted DGB Euro. Hi Graham, thank you so much. No, I don't use volume. The only thing that I'm using when I'm trading is market structure, candlesticks, patterns, and Fibonacci. Yeah, guys. Sorry. I can't analyze this. I'm not used to these. Nope. Sorry. Hi Mexico. Where are you at? Where are you from? For those who doesn't know me, I'm Natalie and I'm from Sweden. I'm sitting in Stockholm. Ramp. I guess it's USDT, right? Looking at this pair, I do believe we will continue to the upside. When you have been looking at charts for a long time and you're seeing candlestick looking like this, when you have the huge, like, is it called hammer? Yeah, it's called a hammer. Usually the market you see this wick right here. Usually the market just continues to fill that wick. Even if it's just becoming a new wick, the market will fill it. And looking at the higher time frames, we are right now in the Fibonacci level. We did retest it. I took the Fibonacci levels from the low 0.1468 to the high on the weekly 0.4042. Market came back down. We broke the previous lower high that we did have around here, broke it, came back down, created right now we are creating our higher low because it's higher than the previous higher low that we did have around there. And that's the weekly. Looking at the daily, we did also break. It doesn't look that good. It's pretty tight, but this was the higher low. This was the lower high, higher low. We did have a small lower high right here. I mean, depending on how you see it. But we can look at the lower time frames on the 4 hour and we can see that we did actually break this downtrend. So Right now, you can see that the market broke it, came back down and retested the previous lower high that we had. So resistance turning into a support. And let's see how it looks on there. On this pair right now, on a ramp, on the 2-hour chart, we are right now in a uptrend, and you can see that you're having all of these wicks to the upside. What I think you could do, if you're taking a Fibonacci on the 2-hour chart, 0.999 to the high, and that's around 0.3104. If you see the market coming back and give you the higher low, I would say that you can buy around the 50-61% right here. If you're seeing that the market is giving you candlestick patterns like dojis, engulfing candle, if you're seeing 2 touches, the market comes back, retest it, comes back down again and retest it, but it's closing above the previous touch that you had. Because I do believe ramp will continue to the upside, but you have to let the market come back down a little bit more. And using the Fibonacci, you can also see that we are at a very, very respected area right here. You can see you have the previous resistance, you have the previous support. So for the market to come back down to that area, it's pretty, I'm pretty sure it can do that. I'll go. I guess it's USDT on Algo. You can see that we came back down and retested the previous resistance right here. No problem, Christopher. We did have the pullback, looking at the daily. So what you have to wait to see right now, if it's gonna break the lower high that we're having. Tack! We're having Norway in the building. It's my neighbor. So what you can wait for the market to do right now, if you see the market breaking the previous lower high that we're having, that will tell you that we are in a uptrend. But I do believe we will come back down a little bit. If we're looking at the 4-hour, we can see that we are starting to have a high, and we did have the lower high because it was lower than the previous lower high. And where the market can come to, I do the same thing all the time. I'm taking the Fibonacci, I'm looking where the market can come to. Right now we are at the 50% area. I took it on the 4-hour chart. I took it from 1.7703 to the high 2.07180. Sorry. We can also come back to this level right here, and that's around 1.8538, and see the pullback, because we did break. Right now we are breaking the previous higher low that we're having right here. This is why you need to understand market structure, because the market is telling you what it's doing, and especially on the higher time frames, really important. So if the market comes back down here, you need to see if we are having the break of the downtrend and starting to see a correction to the upside. If we are breaking the Fibonacci level, taking that one away so you're not going to get confused with all the drawings on the chart, you can use the previous resistance that we did have around 1.8498 and see if the market comes to that zone and start to break it to the upside. Remember that the market can come back down to the previous lower high that we did have here. This, I mean, I know it's far away, but it's really important that if the market breaks it, and you just don't panic. Even if the market comes back down, that's not telling you, oh my god, the market is just breaking to the downside, I'm gonna lose all of my money. No, that's the previous lower high that we're having. So the market is still in an uptrend, where the market can come back down here and retest the previous lower high that we had, create its new higher low, and then continues to the upside. So you have different levels on different time frames. And what I do, I'm trying to combine these, because then I see the market coming to these areas and how the market is reacting to it. And after that, I'm taking the decision, okay, it looks like it's not breaking it, I'm buying right now. But having a huge candlestick to the downside, also making, we did break, we did have the lower high. We did break the lower low, higher low. So right now we just might see the market come back down a little bit more. So don't be in shock if you see the market taking these levels. We're still in an uptrend. Don't get a heart attack, guys. The market is going to zero. Fuck. Oh my god. Mark. Okay, so what else did you want me to look at? Mark, we never know with you. XT Zeta USD. Maybe I already had it. What was it? XT Zeta. You see, it's so many pairs right here. I just have to find it. XT Zeta. That's how you say it in Swedish. XT Zeta, not XT Zeta. Did I? What? Oh, it was me. I didn't push the button. Sorry. A cat looking through my window. Well, I don't have a cat, but if it is, I am well. We're just... I have a company inside my house. Okay. I've been looking at this pair before. I took the Fibonacci. Can you see? We are inside the Fibonacci right now. We have this consolidation for a while. Can you see why it's really hard trading inside consolidation? Because the market just... it's set up for take your stop loss. So I don't remember. Yeah, I took the Fibonacci on the 4-hour chart, and I took it from 7.3253 to the high, and that's 8.7618. And I do believe, I don't remember where we were because it was a couple of days ago, but you can see how, can you see, even if the market is going to break the Fibonacci, I mean, the market has to pull back. The market has just been going straight up for such a long time now, or for a couple of days, and now the market needs a pullback. That's it's just market structure. But I mean, you're having a huge candlestick on the 4-hour chart. So I do believe we will come back down a little bit more. And you can use the previous, was that the previous? Yeah, you have the resistance right here. Looking at XTZ, I do believe we'll come back more. I don't believe the market will respect this Fibonacci level that I'm having. It's such a huge movement right now. So, and we did break the consolidation. We did break it. It can definitely come back up. It just might come back up and retest that and then come back down. But what you need to look for is definitely this previous resistance. So the market can come back down here and retest it, and then we just might see a continuation to the upside. So if you're seeing that the market is coming to the resistance and the support again, and you see the market coming, comes back down, comes back up again, and you're seeing the market closing below the previous high that we did, you can sell the market. You can definitely short. And you can have your I could have a take profit around the previous resistance right here, and after that you don't have to close the position if you don't want to. You can just move your stop loss to entry, and then you'll just see what the market is going to do, if it's going to break, continue breaking. And the next target that we can have, well, is not that far away, but you can have this as a target too. And it's just the previous resistance also around these targets right here. But you definitely have to look and see what's going on. We can take the Fibonacci on the daily too when we're looking at it around 5.5, around that area to the high, and that's 8.7. And just look at this. I mean, come on, guys. So you need to start using Fibonacci. I'm just telling you, it's gonna change your game forever. Come back down, and you can see the market is around the Fibonacci levels is around 7.1 and 6.7, and then we just might see a breakout to the upside. So that's what I see. That was someone said Rick. R-E-C. Okay, so if you want me to look at a pair, you have to give me both. In Holland. No problem. Okay, we can look at Bitcoin right now to see. This is something everyone usually is looking at, so we can go back to BTC, see how it looks. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Mark. I hope you looked at my video when I was talking about this weekly engulfing candle. It's just amazing what can happen when you're understanding how important candlestick is. And we're just heading straight up with Bitcoin. I'm gonna take this one away, take this one away. And also something. Thank you so much, Paul. I'm very happy to hear that. Okay, so let's see. So right now, obviously, everyone's trading differently, guys, but I never trade when the market, obviously right now we are in an uptrend, so I never trade at the highest point where we are right now. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to wait for the market to come back down, making a higher low. So I'm trying to figure out where the higher low can be. If you're buying the market right now, you're just gonna do like every new trader in the whole world, and 90% of everyone, that they're buying at the highest point because they're afraid that they're gonna lose the trade if the market from nowhere decides to do this. I mean, that's just gambling. That's gambling at a whole nother level. Don't want to do that. So what I want to see Bitcoin doing right now is obviously come back down. But looking at the 1 hour chart, we're making a small downtrend. Need to see where yeah. So right now we are respecting these highs right here, going back in time on August 23. So if we're seeing that the market is breaking that level, that's a whole nother thing. But it can come up here and it can also retest it. I'm having the Fibonacci from the low, right? 47614 from to the high. That's 49933. Can come back down here. And that's also a previous resistance that we're having around that area. So I'm waiting for the market to come back down and create its higher low. And that's when I'm starting to buy the market. But if the market now decides to break this high that we're having, also going back in time, if it's breaking the resistance, the previous resistance comes back down, turn it into a support, I'm buying right here because that might be the new higher low that we're having. The market can also right now you can go back down to the lower time frames. The market can also come back up a little bit more, retest the previous resistance that we're having as a new resistance, and then come back down again. You see, and then come back to the previous resistance, making it a support, and then continuation to the upside. Goodbye, Paul. Thank you for being here. So right now on Bitcoin, I have to wait. You guys do what you have to do. But that's what I'm doing right now. I have to see the pullback. And if we're seeing, even on the 1 hour chart, if we're seeing the market coming back down and retest this previous high that we're having, we can also start to buy the market. You don't always have to wait for the high time frames, like a 4 hour, the daily, depending on how the market reacts to certain levels and how the candlesticks looks. We can also take the Fibonacci on the 1 hour chart. Fibonacci works at everyone. But obviously, if you're seeing a market just going straight down or straight up, is usually the higher time frames that the market is respecting. And if you're taking the Fibonacci right now on the 1 hour chart, I'm taking it from the low 49154 to the high, and that is 50282. If you're seeing the market coming back down here, we're also respecting the previous higher low, higher high that we're having. And then you just might see the market continue up. You need 2 touches, and the second touch will be on the second. The entry will be on the second touch. Where we can directly donate you. I'm screenshotting that. Just 1B. That's good. No, I can do it for free. So yeah, that's what I see on Bitcoin. We can look on Ethereum. I've already been here doing some charts today. Some little chart work. Can take these away. And yeah, we can see that we are could you check that looks like second higher low? Yeah, we're just I actually haven't been able to trade because I have been moving these 2 weeks, so I haven't been so I have been doing so many other things, so I actually haven't had even the time to sit and trade. I've only done the videos pretty fast and doing the lives. Otherwise than that, I've just been, you know, fixing the home. But hopefully during this week, I'm gonna actually sit pretty much with the charts. When I'm trading, I have to be very focused, like very focused when I'm trading. Otherwise, it's not gonna be good. Looking at DOT. On the higher time, if you're looking at daily, you're right. We might have the new higher low, a lower high. Sorry. But we also did respect this previous support that we did have. And going to the 4-hour, we also have a little downtrend right now, looking like this. But we're also at a new support right here. So, but you do have this huge bearish candlestick right here. So if you're seeing the market breaking it and then come back down and retest it, you can sell the market. Because looking at the higher time frames, we are just in the new lower high that we're having. So your take profit can be at the first take profit can be on the support on 26.04, around that area. But what I do believe you have to wait for right now, because the 4 hours is a pretty huge time frame. You can either wait for the market, as I told you, to break to the downside, or if you're seeing the market breaking the lower high that we're having, and then we just might see the market slowly continue to the upside. We can take the Fibonacci level from the low around 26 to the high 32. if we're gonna have the market coming back down to an area, I would say the market can come back down to the Fibonacci level. Looking at this candlestick, as I told you, I do believe we will come back down more. I don't believe the market will go up right now, because you're also having this wick to the upside, telling you that the market is respecting the trend line that we did have on the 4-hour chart. You had that, and the wick is this huge candlestick right here. You just might see the market come up a little bit more. Using the 1-hour chart, you can see that it might come back up and retest the previous support on the 1-hour chart, then comes back down, breaks it. So you're having different time frames, you're having different areas on different time frames that you can use for your own advantage. You don't have to only look at one. You don't always have to look at one time frame or 2 time frames. Sometimes, I mean, I'm jumping around between not millions of time frames, but a lot of time frames just to have a clear picture. So sometimes people are like, oh, what time frames are you using, Natalie? I'm using the time frames that look the best. So it's pretty hard, but it's always between 1 hour, 4 hour, 12 hour, 8 hours, just so you can have a clear picture. Yeah, Mark, you missed everything. So Graham, did you understand what I was talking about? Did I give you? Okay, good. ADA. Have I looked at ADA? I don't think so. No. Yeah, so something, the first thing that I see right here too is that I do believe you have to wait, because we did respect the previous support that we did have. We created a higher low because it's higher than the previous lower low, but we also created a new lower high. So I do believe the market will come back down a little bit more using the Fibonacci level. And someone asked me about the Fibonacci levels. Which Fib level is most reliable? The 50%. I mean, usually the 50% is very respected. But if you want to have a wick entry, 61 is very good. Because most of the time the market hits the 61% and then continues. A lot of times the market almost hit the 61% if it's respecting it. So I would say 50, but I usually take the 61% because I want to have the highest price or the lowest price. I do believe we will come back down a little bit more on ADA. We can also see that we did break this previous support that we did have here. We just might retest it, looking at how it looks on the 1 hour. With this huge candlestick to the downside, I do believe we will come back down a little bit more. Using the Fibonacci levels around 2.14 or 2.12. And if you're seeing that the market is actually respecting, if you're seeing that this the candles are closing below this box that I'm having, and you start to see a lot of dojis, you could sell the market to the Fibonacci levels, also a short-term position. But looking at two. You're having a huge candlestick to the downside. That's what I don't like. And we might retest the previous support right here. How long have you been trading? I have been trading since 2018, and I've been sitting at the computer every single day since 2018. And when I'm saying every single day, it was from morning to night. I stopped sleeping when I started trading. I remember a lot of my friends, they got angry for me because I never prioritized them. I was just like, I need to go back home and study. I don't have time for this. So I have been doing trading every day since 2018. So that's almost 5 years now. Who wanted me to look at this pair, ADA? COB, did you understand what I was talking about? Trading is not healthy, especially crypto. Healthy, how do you mean? Can you see right now how the market start to react to it? To the zone that we're having right here? This is why you guys should not rush into a trade if you're trading. I mean, when you're talking about no problem, Ian. Trading is not healthy. I think, when you have passion for something, for other people that don't have passion, for them that's very strange to see someone that's so dedicated to understand something. It becomes a obsession. So I think people who don't have an obsession with something, for them it will always be unhealthy. But for I can only speak for myself, it was more unhealthy for me not sitting at the computer studying trading, because that was the only thing that I wanted to do. And when I didn't do that, I felt bad because nothing else mattered to me. The only thing that I had in my mind was, I need to understand this. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter what I have to go through. What I'm going to do before I die, I have to understand how this works. That was the only thing for me. I know some people would say that was crazy, but I don't care, because look at what I can do. I can do what I love, right? And that's something that we all want to do. We want to do something that we're loving. That's the only way we are supposed to feel good. I don't want to go to a place feeling like, okay, it's okay. No, I don't want to feel like that. And that was the only thing that I had in my mind. I was like, no, I'm never gonna feel I don't want to work with something that I don't love. And when you're able to do that, so good. But you have to take your time. It takes time. It doesn't matter what you want to do, if it's trading, if it's being an artist, if you want to paint, if you want to, it doesn't matter what you want to do. But if you want to be very good at it, you have to take your time with it. You have to be obsessed with it. Looking at all of these athletes, do you think they just went to the trainings and were like, yeah, whatever, I'm going out partying instead? No, they were training their asses off. We are right now at the Fibonacci levels on ADA, taking it from the 4-hour chart. Yeah, I already gave you this. Sorry, guys. I think you should plan a good vacation. I mean, with Corona, I don't want to go. This something I don't know. I'd rather be in Sweden until everything is very good. And Ethereum looks the same as Bitcoin, almost. You have the high right here. We're just consolidating right now. So what we want to wait for right now. Break to the upside, come back down, and then continuation. Or if we're seeing the market come back down, we see it respect it, then might continue. Break it, come back down a little bit more. Is there any other pair you want me to look at? Otherwise, I'm going to start to end this live that I'm having with you. It's getting pretty late in Sweden. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm gonna check one last pair, and that's CHZ USDT. Yeah, Mark, that's actually a good idea, because usually that's the part where people get stuck when they're trading. Was that Tinder? No, I don't have Tinder. I've never had that. I'm never gonna have it either. Okay, so we can see that we are at the support on the weekly. I don't have more data from this pair, but having this support, you can also see that we did make this lower high, lower low right here, and we do have the lower high, the lower high. We broke it, and right now we are actually retesting the body on the daily. I think I would want the market to come up a little bit more. It's really tight. So I would take the Fibonacci on the 4-hour chart, and I take it from 0.277 to the high 0.295. I do believe the market will come back down a little bit more. If you're seeing that the market is reacting and respecting it, you have two touches. You're buying at the second touch. I do believe we will continue to the upside, but I think we will come back down a little bit more. And if we are breaking the previous lower high, we just might continue and having our uptrend. When you're trading and you start to sweat, that's definitely a sign that you are not using risk management. I mean, it's so funny because I know how it is. And the heart starts to clap. The worst thing you can do is when you're starting to trade, like before you're going to sleep. So the whole night you're just gonna dream about having a big loss or you're having a lot of money, waking up looking at the looking at order like it's red. And in your dream you had so much money, so when you're waking up see that, oh my god, I've done that so many times. It's terrible, it's awful. Yeah, so having this on a CH SATA, wait for the market to come back down a little bit more. You still have this candlestick with this wick right here. I do believe the market will come back down and retest the first. I do believe it will retest the Fibonacci levels that we're having. Yeah. I mean, trading is really, it's wonderful because trading also makes you become such a better person with yourself because it teaches you so much. It teaches everything about yourself. I don't think I would ever understand myself so much if I didn't have trading correcting me along the way. As long as you're accepting that sometimes... Oh, it's so funny. Swear to God, it's really funny. And as a trader, you can always talk with each other and understand the feeling, because when you're guys telling me that you're blowing up accounts, oh, trust me, I've been blowing up so many accounts. I don't even want to talk about that. It's terrible, but every trader is going through that. So there's no different with you or someone else who has like all the money in the whole wide world. Everyone is going through the same thing. Everyone. And if someone tells you the person haven't done that, the person is 100% lying to you. Everyone who's a good trader does that. What do you mean trading helped you? Hey, helped me. It depends on how you see it. It helped me so much with everything. How I see myself, my flaws, greed. Okay, why am I greedy? Okay, it's because of this. I mean, trading is digging the deepest nightmares inside of you. It's really taking out all of the negative things. And if you are not able to control those feelings that trading is taking out of you, you will never be a good trader. Trust me, emotions is everything in the market. You will always have a system. The system will always work. But if your emotions taking over the system, the emotions is the problem, right? It's not the system. The system is always a system. You have your confirmation. This is what I want the market to do, blah, 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 blah. But if you're not following the system, that's your emotions. Has nothing to do with trading. That's only you. So when you're starting to learn how to control yourself, obviously that's also gonna learn you to how to control other feelings around other things in your life. So that's what it helped me, and with the patience and greed, losing money, how to control those feelings. I mean, it's a lot of things that you're going through. It's a lot of things. So that's what I'm talking about, how trading is helping you. So if you're trying, I'm going to go through this last pair, but I'm just going to tell you that when you're starting to accept these feelings that you're having, instead of being angry at yourself, okay, I did it again, that's never going to help you. You have to understand that this is okay. It's okay for you to take these losses. This is how you are learning, and you will take these losses 100 times even more. But at some point, I hope you're going to understand it. And don't be so hard on yourself. It's never going to be good. You did wrong. Okay, next time I'm going to try to do it right. Okay, I did wrong again. Well, I have another time. The more you're waiting, obviously, the more you're not going to feel that good. But you're the only one who can change it. No one else. It doesn't matter how much. It doesn't matter how. If I tell you everything that I do in trading, the only thing that will control you is yourself. It doesn't matter if I give you this system, I use this system and this is what gives me the money. Doesn't matter if I give you everything. You have to control yourself. That's the key. I learned how to control myself very first day trading. Well, then you are the only one, Behar. Last dump 240. Last dump Bitcoin. So you can see that on the daily, we did actually break this previous lower high that we did have. With almost 5 years in trading and being a trader, oh yeah, I definitely took some losses. I'm never gonna lie about that. I'm telling you, we're all the same. The only different is someone who accepting it and starts to change it, or someone who gets mad and don't see that he or she is the problem. You're only blaming others. Okay, so on VET, I wait for the market to come back down again a little bit more, because you can see right here that we are at a previous support, and you can see that we have a lot of wicks to the upside right now, telling you that the market will not, it might not break it. But if you are seeing that the market is breaking to the upside, either you trade on the breakout, or the market comes back down and retest it as a new support, and then the continuation, so you're buying at the support. But you need a clear breakout, because right now you have too much wicks to the upside. That tells you it's pretty hard. Look at how, I think you should wait for today and see how the daily candlestick is closing. But the area where you could definitely see the market, if the market starts to continue down, use the Fibonacci to 0.0900, around that area. Okay, so one last look at Bitcoin. Oh, we're going up. We're going straight up. But we still need the pullback, because trust me, as long when you're pressing the buy button, what do you think will happen? Market does this, comes back down. So we need to have the pullback. We either need the market to come back down, or we need the market to break to the upside and then come back down and give us the pullback. That's what I see. But we need to have in mind that we are right now at a previous resistance right here. We need to see we definitely need to see a clear breakout. So right now, I would not say do anything. You missed the trade. If you're not in a trade right now on Bitcoin, you missed the trade. And that's okay, because the market will always give you other trades. Right? And you can see right here on the Fibonacci, you can see that it touched the 50%. And then the market continue up. So for right now on Bitcoin, we need to see the market coming back down a little bit more. Okay, guys, I hope you understood what I was talking about. Thank you so much for being on my live stream. I like to buy high, sell low. Really good. Yeah. Me and my friend, we always used to joke about that. Tell the guy, buy high and sell low. It's really good. Okay, thank you everyone for watching my live stream. It was very fun to having you guys. Remember, trade with risk management. Thank you, Mark. I'm having so fun doing these lives together with you. It's really entertainment. So have a good day, trade with risk management. Control your feelings.